Jessica, thank you for the blessing, baby. Thank you. I think Keith Lee. I think Keith Lee was caught between a rock and a hard spot. Let me tell y'all what I think about the Keith Lee situation, right? At the BET Awards. I think Keith Lee is so in love with his wife that he saw that his wife was offended. And offending Taraji P. Henson in return vindicated his wife. Whether, and I understand Taraji was joking. She was, she was the host of the show. So Chris Rock was joking too. I'm just keeping it a buck. Chris Rock was joking too, wasn't he? I'm just asking a question. And what did Will Smith do in defense of his wife? I'm just keeping it a buck, chat. I'm just keeping it a buck, chat. I see something different there. I see a man that understands that this is the woman I got to go home with. And the world is watching and this, that, and the other. I can't entertain this. The Bible says give no place to the devil. The Bible says give no place to the devil. So if Keith Lee had ignored it, seeing the offense of his wife, it didn't matter the intention of Taraji. What mattered to him was the offense of his wife. And so I understand that Taraji meant no harm. And I get it. She was hosting the show. I get it. This is just me. I think she fumbled last night. The premeditated and rehearsed phone call that she had with Kamala. The phone call that she had with Kamala. I think that was so disingenuous and unauthentic. I think it was a play on the emotions of black people, because that's who was watching. You ain't seen Kamala since she got elected. Now, there have been 3 other BET award shows since then. Why you wasn't at none of those? Why you ain't tapped into none of those? Why you ain't called into none of those? Why you ain't show up to none of those? Why you ain't speak at none of those? Why you ain't present an award on any of those? Why all of a sudden now? See, I see something different there. And just like with the Keith Lee situation, I see Keith Lee seeing his wife as being more important to him than Taraji. His wife being more important to him than public opinion. His wife being more important, the feeling of his wife trumped everything else that anybody else had to say. And if I had a thought like that, I would still be married to this day. So shout out to Keith Lee for being more man than I was at his age, for protecting your wife and protecting her feelings, regardless of how other people felt about how you did it. Shout out to Keith Lee. See, it's funny to me how on one side of our mouth we speak and we say how black men don't take up for their wives, they don't stick up for black women, they do this, that, and the other. But if a person is a celebrity, you're supposed to withdraw and hold that back because of their celebrity. No, I'm gonna protect and my wife, and no matter who it is that she's offended by. No matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, no matter what's going on. And that's the type of man that Keith Lee is presenting himself to be to his wife, is the same man that women say that they want a man to be. That's the man that they want him to be. But the minute that he's that man, now they looking at him sideways and saying, you going too far, you doing too much. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, to where you're saying that Keith Lee is doing too much when he's protecting the feelings of the woman he loves. He's not just y'all. I see a lot of y'all saying, Keith Lee, she don't want you. He don't want her either. He got the one he wants. That's why he's protecting her. If he wanted Taraji P. Henson, he could have entertained that. He could have very well entertained that, smiled at it. Oh, baby, it was just a joke. No, what was more important to him was how his wife felt, not how the public felt, not how Taraji felt. He expressed it in the way that he saw fit, and he's entitled to that. He was not disrespectful. That what he did was exactly what I should have been doing when I was a husband. What is protecting the feelings of my wife. Protecting black women does not necessarily mean protecting them from hurt, harm, and danger. It's protecting them from your ass. Protect that black woman from the hurt that you can cause her. The harm that you can cause her. If I had protected my ex-wife from the harm that I caused her, her biggest enemy wasn't everybody else in the world. Her biggest enemy was me. Her biggest enemy was me because I didn't protect her when I should have. Protecting black women is not exclusive to hurt, harm, and danger. It includes protecting them from you. That's on God now. So shout out to Keith Lee.